Hey everyone, it's me, Donna. I'm making this video about 23andMe. Looks like everything kind of looks new. They've revamped stuff and locked down a bunch of stuff and made most of it be for your premium, where you have to actually, buy a subscription, and which kind of sucks, but that's the way it seems like most of these companies are going now that everybody, I guess in the good old days we got to upload our DNA and got plenty of access to stuff and kind of found out how we're all connected and all that. Now that they've got all this data that we've inputted and all this stuff, they've decided to lock it down and not let us have access to it unless we buy a subscription. So yeah, that's the way it goes. I mean, I don't regret it. Don't regret doing DNA tests and all that stuff. I enjoyed it, and I still, am able to see relatives up to a certain point, up to a certain number. But if you try to go beyond that, you got to buy a subscription. So that's the way it goes. But anyway, so now when you look on 23andMe, this is what you get. You get options such as your ancestry composition and DNA relatives. Those are the things that are still available with your regular DNA kit purchase that you made. But if you want to look at anything further, such as historical matches and more stuff on your family tree, you've got to pay that premium charge. Okay, so even though the ancestry composition button is on the home page, I'm going to go up here and just click on this where it says Ancestry and Traits Overview. Okay, and this is where you can look at different things concerning your DNA and your ethnicity and all that stuff. So I can start by clicking the ancestry timeline. And now let me state this. Unfortunately, my report has not been updated since 2022. Now, I've noticed other people's reports have been updated, this year, like maybe February or whatever. But mine, I don't know why, but I feel like I'm the last one to get my ancestry report updated, which is kind of ridiculous. But so it's been about 3 years since mine has been updated, but we'll still go with it. Okay, so I click on this where it says View Report for the Ancestry Timeline. And of course, since my report is so bad and it only shows the overbloated, bigger pieces of DNA, this is what they show me for my timeline. And now when I first took this test, it was a lot better. It did show more detail. They did show the smaller pieces, not all the smaller pieces that I thought like that they should have, because I happen to know that I have a lot of different ethnic groups in my DNA. I've taken other DNA tests and that have proven that, but they still had a pretty good bit when I first took it. I believe it was 2018 is when I first did this company's DNA test, and it had quite a bit on here. But as you can see, this is what it's been reduced to. So let me go back, because there's nothing much to see here. Okay, so then they've got the parental inheritance, and click on that, and that may be, okay, yeah, it was showing it. Okay, so right here it shows what I get from my mother, and which she took a DNA test with them as well, so that makes it a lot easier. For which they can break it down regardless. Like they can show what you got from your mother and what you got from your father, even without one of them taking a DNA test. That's how advanced everything has gotten now, to where they can break it up between the two parents. But this shows, what I got from her, and this shows what I got from my father. Okay? All right. Or at least according to them. Okay, let's go back. All right, and then right here is the DNA painting that it shows. And so you can see that. Okay. And let's see, let me go back, or let me go to the actual ancestry composition right here. Okay. And as you can see, it hasn't been updated since July the 19th, 2022. Okay. And this is what they've got me as. 99.7% Northwestern European, which involves the 87.1% British and Irish, 11.7% French, and 0.9% broadly Northwestern European, and then 0.3% Angolan Congolese. Okay, and I know I got that from my mother. And she's got, I believe it's like 1% of that, and she passed that on to me. But again, like I said, there's way more to the picture. I got all kinds of different stuff from different countries all over the world, and even on some of the tests that I've taken, I've got like 10% Spanish and 10% Italian and all that. And but yet, I mean, it's big enough to show in those other reports, but yet they are claiming that, you know, it's too small to even report. Like they're not even showing it up. So how, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. It's funny how that is, how I could have that much in me, but yet they're claiming that I don't even have it. I mean, that's just beyond ridiculous in my opinion. But it is what it is. One thing that I did notice that they took away, or at least I cannot seem to find it on this website now, is the DNA browser, where you can actually go to one of your matches. Like you go up here and you click on your DNA relatives. Used to, you could click on them and you can compare like where on your DNA painting you share DNA segments, and they call that a DNA browser. They used to show that. And then what you could also do is add another person that's kin to you, and see if they're kin to you and that person, and how, and see where you all match up and where you don't, and all that stuff. That's gone. I don't see it. I cannot find it anywhere. So they must have taken that away, and they may have added it to the premium subscription area. So I don't know. I don't know, you know, what the deal is with that. If anyone knows, you know, just leave a comment and let me know. Not that I plan on buying a subscription, because I don't think it's worth it. But I am kind of curious if it is allowed on that. But again, like I said, when you go to the homepage, you know, they have that historical matches. Like I can click on that. And again, you got to have a subscription to actually see it. But it does show you like a sample of, you know, what, like this is stuff that you could probably find on some other companies for free. There are a few out there that where you can connect. I'm trying to think of that one company where you, for 24 hours, you can upload your raw DNA and it will show you, and I've done videos on it, but it slips my mind at this moment, but it will allow you to see ancient matches that you have. And I, you know, that I learned a lot from that. I found a lot of ancient people that I'm connected to through that feature. But then after, like, I think it's like 48 hours maybe, then they delete everything. Like they delete your upload, and if you want to check it, you have to redo it all over again and all that stuff. But yeah, and each time I've done it, like I can upload one DNA thing from one company and then another from another, and I can, sometimes it picks up a person or two, or leaves off a person or two that you are kin to, or that you know, you match these ancient people. But 23andMe wants to charge you a fee to find out this stuff. Let's see, of historical profiles. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but I just don't think I want to pay the fee, $125. Yeah, and then from then on, it's $69 a year. Yeah, I don't think I want to fool with that just to do that. I mean, yeah, it's interesting stuff, and it'd be neat, but maybe a one-time fee of maybe $10 or something. Might would be interested in that. Might would do it, but considering that it's a subscription and it's kind of pricey, and then for it to be like an auto renewal type thing, no thank you, not interested. So yeah, that's pretty much what you get on this. And if they do happen to renew my ancestry report, or shall I say update it is what I meant to say. If they do update it, then I'll make another video showing what my results are, which would probably be worse than what they are now. I don't know, but I hope they would be better, but you never know. Or if something new pops up concerning this company or whatever, I'll make another video. But until then, this is what I've got so far. And I know a few people have mentioned, if there were any updates or anything like that, or, have I checked it lately or whatever. Well, this is a video showing what I have found, or, what's current, and it's not current. I mean, it needs to be updated, but it is what it is. But at least the website is updated a little bit. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.